Twig, issue number 2. That's right, folks, it's Twig. Remember Twig? He's back in Pog form. No, he's back in comic book form, and he's actually not back. He never existed before, but I guess he's back because this is issue 2. Yes, sir, yes, sir. That was a long wind-up for really nothing, but I'm sticking to it because that is just how I do things here. Last issue, Dark Crystal-y, Jim Henson-y vibes. Dug it a lot, really fun, really enjoyable. This issue goes into some more Dark Crystal vibes, and I love it. So to kind of recap who Twig is, he is this placeling whose father was a great adventurer destined to save the world. His father is no longer with us. Now Twig is stepping into his footsteps. He's given this task to figure out the next adventure and how to pretty much protect the world. But he doesn't know if he's ready, because he goes to find the pathsayer. The pathsayer's dead. Uh-oh. How are you going to find your path when the pathsayer's dead? Well, here's what Twig does. Him and his little buddy Splat, they bury the pathsayer. Just put him in the dirt, hang his stuff up on a nice little rock. They go back into his big ogre-looking kingdom with his weird bottles and potions and ladders just attached to nothing. And Twig's like, okay, I have an idea. We have until morning to figure out how any of this works. We're just going to mix a bunch of stuff and see if it actually does anything. Since some whistles are blowing, things are going okay. They plug it in, and we see, okay, maybe this is going to work. So they put the gem on the top of the device. Twig sits in it. Splat's like, what do you see? Do you see anything? Is it working? And we see that Twig sees this huge nightmare fuel of the end of the world. There's like a dark version of him with a crown on. There's like a bird with like weird robot eyes. And there's all these monstrous creatures trying to attack him. And the gem. And he's like, okay, that was intense. But I think I figured it out now. I know what we're doing. There's a place I know how to do this. We got this. We figured it out now. But before anything it's going to work out, we see that the device explodes and the gem explodes. And the gem was very important. When they find the gem, it's all cracked. And they really don't know what they're doing now. They haven't really figured it out. You know, he saw this vision. And he thinks this is going to work. Maybe now it's not. But you just see that Splat's like, come on, we can't give up. We can't give up. Yeah, come on. We have to do this. We can do this. We have the gem, but it's not lost. And that's when Twig gets the bright idea that we need Nektar. So he's like, my dad always talked about this guy when things were broken before he'd come back. He'd go meet this guy called the Nektarmancer. So that's who we have to go find. So we travel through some beautiful landscapes and some really awesome design stuff. Again, just me saying it is not going to do this book justice. You have to look at the art for yourself because each panel has such a unique vibe to it. Each character is so distinctive and crazy, and the landscapes are beautiful and different. It is simplistic, but you've never seen anything like it. Again, I homage it to Dark Crystal because that's the vibe it really gives off, but it looks nothing like Dark Crystal. So they go through this dark path. They're trying to find the Nektarmancer. They end up in like this weird swamp where they're attacked by these really weird-looking creatures of 2 legs and really small eyes. Chases them down. They think they're going to die, but out comes the Nektarmancer, who's like, hey, what'd you break? He's like, okay, what'd you break? Let's see if I can fix it. He's like, how did you know that? And the Nektarmancer just kind of goes, yeah, well, nobody comes here unless they need something fixed. Or they potentially killed the world. So, what do you got? Looks at the gems like, oh, you broke the gem. I need more time to figure out what this is. Why don't you just take a minute? The gem's broken. So we see Twig gets a moment to himself. He's finally able to sleep. He has a really bad dream where everything starts to turn black and I guess the ghost of his father's like, you failed us all, you freaky little child. And when he wakes up, he sees that the Nektarmancer's like, dude, why didn't you tell me this was the last gem? This is the last gem. It's like the piece of the Dark Crystal that we have to combine to everything to make a big. You got the last gem and you broke it, okay? I can't fix it for you. Why did you break it? And you see Twig's is kind of like, really? You can blame this on me? I didn't mean to. I'm going to ask you again. How can I fix the gem? Please just figure it out and help me. And the Nektarmancer goes, oh, I was waiting for that spark to arise in you. Here are some instructions. This is where you'll have to go to get the 3 items that you need. We can fix the gem. All be good. You didn't do them assault, kid, but maybe you will. Maybe you will. Twig's looking at the books. He's like, okay, this is actually pretty useful. I can figure out these 2 places, but this last one, what is this last one? How am I supposed to do this? He's like, that's right. The final element you'll need is on the moon. And we see that Twig's got to go to the moon. And that's where the book ends. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Go to the moon. That's fun. That's really fun. This book is just so cool. You know, it's just so unique and fun and dealing with some really cool themes. It's just so classic-y fantasy, but not like that big, high-strung, world-building fantasy. It's just like, let's make some weird designs and some weird concoctions that blend science fiction and fantasy and see where we can go from it. It's so original and so different. And I know it's not going to be a book that everyone's going to actively seek out, but if you are just looking for something a little bit different in your comic books right now, it's just a nice, fun little story. You know, it's got the right humor, it's got the right emotional beats, the artwork is incredible, the lettering is incredible, it just flows perfectly. It's such a unique book, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it if you just gave it a chance. I'm liking Twig a lot. I think a lot of people will like Twig too, so it has my recommendation for you. Give it a read, because this issue is fun. And we're going to the moon, apparently. And that's always cool. So, Twig, issue number 2. I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.